For those who are following us for the first time, seeing me for the first time, my name is KG and we are Makoya Rundown. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. We listen to Ask a Man. And somewhere around half 11, we have our own very segment, Talk to Me in Tuana, where we talk about things that matter to us, things that makes our life better, where we learn, where we improve, where we grow. And we invite you to join us today. We will talk about whatever issue is going to be addressed on Ask a Man today, and then we then have our own segment then where you can call in. You can call in. You can come to the panel if you want. If you don't want to come to the panel, you can send an anonymous message and we can address the issue for you, ask for advice, do whatever you gotta do. So yeah, thank you for staying, Angie. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So I think we're about to get into it. Still on the ads. Basagwalaga Anonza today. Kekosh, hello. Thank you, Mkoto, for following. Thank you for the follow. Tatana, thank you for joining. Miss Gina, Mashia T.
Click, call, or connect for a credit solution that helps you.
Scotch.
Audacity to believe. African Bank is an authorized FSP.
Tiniko Vuyo.
Make every
Zwandile. Thank you for joining us today. Guys, there's like 80 something of you guys. If you can just kindly tap the screen and get the likes up, so that we can reach as many people as we can, so that others can also enjoy what you're about to enjoy. So we really appreciate that. By the way, we also are on YouTube. We upload these lives on YouTube. Also, what you will find on YouTube is also an episode where we talk a bit about ourselves, how we met, get to know us a little bit. So yeah, thank you for those who are commenting, those who are following there. Do that. And yeah, so you can also catch up on the lives that we have done previously. We have hot topics there. We have great advice from a lot of people, all 80 something of you here. So come through and we appreciate your stay.
BIC's mission is to help children with the essential stationery they need, getting them one
Alrighty.
Buy BIC. You're buying more than a pen. You're buying a future. Buy BIC to give BIC, and together we can color tomorrow.
Yes, please catch up on YouTube with Dumelo.
Rand in laptops and iPads with Liberty Learn. Are you smarter than a school grader? Challenge our DJs by getting
all the best for your meeting, Dumi. Otherwise, how is your week going, guys? How's your week going? Nice to see you there, Real Coach Coney. It's been a while since I've seen you. I hope you've been well. And do not reflect that of the official. How you doing, Sis Noni?
Ladies and gentlemen, we enter.
And we are here.
Of course, you are here. Thank you for marking your presence. The Naked DJ's here, as well as Somizi, and we've got Anonymous. She's ready.
Right.
Good morning, Anonymous. How are you?
Thanks to me.
Oh man, we okay, thank you. Anonymous, we just ready to go ahead and speak to you
hear well?
and find out what assistance you need and advice. Firstly, the house rules. Respect is the foundation of our conversation. Maintain respectful language. Refrain from any swearing or use of profanities. Our responsibility is to protect your identity, and your responsibility, Anonymous, is to extend the same courtesy. Anonymous, if you are in agreement with these terms, please let us know and say that you agree. If you don't, that's fine.
Did you add
we'll
yourself?
move on over to the next Anonymous caller. But do you agree, Anonymous?
You agree?
Okay, now we're listening.
Let's go.
So I've been seeing this guy for 2 years. He is a divorcee. He's divorced twice, and he's got 3 kids from 2 different women. So everything was fine in the beginning, but he's not much of a talker. He doesn't say much at all. So lately he's been doing stuff, like his phone is being on silent. He sleeps early, like at 8 o'clock. He sends me good night messages, and then when I try to call him, he doesn't answer, and then he texts me in the morning to tell me that he slept early. So he knows how much I value communication. I tell him about my move arounds and everything, but it's not like I expect him to tell me like small things like, oh, I'm going to the store, I'm going to quickly get some bread. Just the basic communication. So he's been spending time with his first son, but sometimes when I call him, he doesn't answer, and then he tells me later, oh no, I couldn't answer, I was dropping off my son or something like that. I've never met his son, so we don't have a relationship. I don't know him. So it's been his phone, when I spend time with him on the weekends, his phone is forever on silent. And then he goes to the car. He grabs his car keys and says, I'm going outside. I'm going to the car to pick up something. And then he takes his phone as well. So I've been suspecting that, okay, since his phone is on silent, maybe he receives calls and then he goes to the car to call the person back. So I don't know if I'm just reading too much in between the lines, but there's been a few lies. So there was a time where he said to me he was going away for work. And then it happened that he told me on a Friday, like, okay, fine, he knows we spend the weekends together. So he's like, no, I'm going to go away tomorrow. So I said, okay, since you're going away tomorrow, I'm going to come tonight to spend the time with you so that in the morning when you leave, I can also leave and go to my place. Okay, cool. And then 20 minutes later, he's like, no, babe, they just called me. I have to leave now, isn't now. So I'm going home to pick my bags and blah, blah. So, okay, sharp. I call him later around 6 and then he's still at home. But he was supposed to
that I recently bought.
another town for work.
Now I know.
And then he's like, no, I got home and slept, but then I will leave soon. Okay, fine. So where he was meant to have gone for work, it's like an hour and 15 minutes drive. So he sends me a message like after an hour, he's like, babe, I've arrived. I'm working night shift. Good night, sleep well. Okay, cool. In the morning, sometimes I get that feeling that, okay, something is wrong, something is not right. So on that particular night, okay, in the morning, actually, I drove to his house, like very early in the morning. So I drove to his house and both his cars were there. So I didn't ask him any questions. So later, I just do a bit of like, oh, babe, okay, babe, how long was the drive? Was it okay? Which car did you drive? For power boosting, because since it's a long distance, like, no, the car that I recently bought. Okay, cool. Now I know, fine, he drove this one car, but the car is at home. So the next day, on a Saturday, that's when I went to his house to check. And then later on around 7, I drove again to his house to check if the car was still there. And then it was still there, but he couldn't take my calls. I would call him and then he would not answer my call, and then he would call me roughly about 20 minutes.
Anonymous?
But yes.
I'm going to ask you kindly to hang in there for me. Let me quickly do the news headlines. We'll be back, okay?
Okay.
All right. What are we doing here today? What are we doing here today? What are we doing here today? Alright, guys. Anyway, those who are joining us for the first time, Makoya Rundown is who we are. My name is KG. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. We listen to Ask a Man and we address issues. For those of you who came late,
Related violence has affected.
for those of you who came a bit late, you will hear the recap just now. but I think it is very clear.
SABC News.
It is very clear.
Independent and impartial.
It is very clear where we are going today, and yeah, Kuraf. We are Chola 99.
All right, 31 after 10 a.m.
Let's
It is
hear.
Ask a Man. Of course, we've just been speaking to Anonymous. Just a quick one before she continues. So we all on the same page. So Anonymous has been dating a man for a while. Anonymous says he has 2 kids from different women and he's generally a quiet person. Anonymous says lately he's been a bit more distant and sometimes he claims to be spending time with his children but won't even answer her calls when he's with the kids. Now, Anonymous says he also recently said he was going away for work, but to Anonymous' surprise, he had his car parked outside. He claimed to have driven to his work trip, was still parked at his home, etc. And again, Anonymous, just clarity quickly, he is the person who's divorced, right? Divorced twice, not you.
Yes, yeah, he is.
Okay, cool. All right. Please do continue, Anonymous.
So, and then if he doesn't answer my call while he's on his work trip, supposedly, then he calls me 20 minutes later. But I could hear, sometimes, Kona Manlando eti, this sound, man, he sounds like he's in a car, So he calls me late, like 20 minutes later after missing my call. Babe, I just slept, I'm coming back from night shift, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I don't say anything. And then he tells me he's coming back from the work trip on Wednesday. But I drove again to his house on Sunday. His car was there. Okay, fine. I just made a decision to just say to him, you know what? I know you didn't go to the work trip. And I know he's like, no, what the heck are you talking about? I'm tired of this nonsense, But there's been a few things that happened that made me doubt my trust towards him. So he's like, no, you're insecure. So he later confessed that, no, I drove to the work trip, but then I got a call from the house that there was an issue because he does like student rentals as well. So there was an issue. So I had to come and fix something. And then I drove back to where I was supposed to be for work.
Okay.
So that was like one of the lies that actually raised like a lot of red flags. And then he tells me that then the reason why I lied to you that I was gonna go for a work trip is because I didn't want to spend the weekend with you. I wasn't in a good space. My mom is in ICU, but okay, fine. I said to him, I'm your partner, but you can not even tell me that your mom is in ICU. What kind of a relationship is this?
Anonymous,
So,
I need you
yes.
to let us know what advice do you need from the Naked DJ. and
Please.
Okay, so now I just want to know if maybe I'm wasting my time, or should I just let things go and move on? Because this weekend also it happened that he's been receiving calls while his phone was on silent, and then he takes the car keys and then goes outside. So I say to him, talk much. I've done too much complaining in this relationship. I've done too much talking in this relationship, and then I left. And then he's been trying to call me the whole time. After the weekend that we spent together, he's been trying to call me. He's been texting me. I haven't been responding. I haven't been answering his calls. So I just want to know what is it that I like? Do I tell him that it's over? Do I
Sorry, guys.
Do I just silently move? Or what?
Anonymous.
Never saw me.
How's now?
Good up, guys.
Anonymous.
Technology she and trap.
I think your name Anonymous.
Lee, can you prepare your radio there?
Mutsef.
Or detective.
No, Minister of,
Lee?
because mathematics he's good with numbers.
Very accurate.
Yeah, because he knows when supposed to drive 1 hour and 1 hour. And he's arrived 15 minutes before.
Yes.
And you have been detectiving
Thanks.
all this time. And that alone should be your answer. You know, the minute you change, you become,
Okay,
or you
we are
change your
good now.
career in the relationship without knowing, it's time to leave. The answers are there and you know it. You just want us to confirm.
Yep.
And sometimes I want to say to you, because it's easy to say to a person, leave that person. There's so many things that make you want to stay, you know. Because i-aubergine imnandi.
Ayikho mnandi, you know, that's what's funny. Ayikho, like, I don't get where I want to get.
So this guy never gets anywhere.
But
with the car,
no,
he never
like-
gets there. With the aubergine, he never gets there. So why?
He's selfish, you know.
Yes.
He doesn't take care of my
Also,
needs.
he's the type that when they arrive,
As long
they don't care
as
which one are in the
you
car.
know, afikile la, afika khona.
Yes. Yeah, is that type.
Yeah.
When they arrive,
But
they
the
don't
problem
care.
is inhliziyo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Inhliziyo is a storm. So all I'm saying to you, Anonymous, the answers are there. Yeah? And sometimes now you've got even more reasons not to be there. I was gonna suggest with you, sometimes I get it when someone says I love you, you say I love you too most of the time. And when someone gives you affection, you give affection back. So it's called reciprocation, right? Reciprocation is an act of giving and returning either the favor or the gesture. So sometimes people must reciprocate what they are being given, even when it's not nice. When someone says good night, you say good night to you too. Ne? And then the following day, you are the one who says good night at 4:45 p.m. Good night and switch off the phone.
He's gonna come
You
running.
must serve. Sometimes you must serve the people their medicine, their pharmacy. When they go clicks, you go discount. When they go my way, you go Gokondlan or Skoteni. You must reciprocate. But sometimes reciprocation can be a waste of time. But it's up to you if you want to play dirty or you don't want to play dirty. But in my closing, I would say to you, leave him without even saying goodbye.
Oh my God.
Block. He must come knocking at your gate and make sure there's but you must just block him. That's for me. I would block him and move on with my life because also the vegetables are not vegetating.
Balisa.
What a boring relationship. Probably the most anonymous. Like, it's not even a relationship. There's no relations, there's no shipping because there's no motion in the ocean, there's nothing. It's just une stress in G. We can't even say there's happiness because happiness is not
there's no hair.
Yes. Like, don't you want anything better, Anonymous, than, you know, to be chasing after a person that clearly doesn't care about you?
Yeah, I do actually, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. You know, you lost me at, I am a person that's big into communication. I'm dating a man, he doesn't talk a lot. Already there. Like, if you are big into communication, but why are you dating a man that doesn't talk?
Okay.
It was a question, Anonymous?
Yeah. If you like to talk, why are you dating a man that will not talk with you?
Yeah.
So he red flag.
But sometimes, inhliziyo ayiphakelo, you know, like angithi bathi opposites attract. Yeah.
Well, you like orgasms, he doesn't.
That's why you listen to orgasms.
So opposites attract there.
Okay.
Today's studio
you guys are not on the same page. Not on the same wavelength. But at the end of the day, Anonymous, he doesn't care for you. And you know he's lying to you.
And he's divorced twice.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'll say it
Nothing
twice.
wrong at all.
You must check why.
Yeah.
You must check why.
Oh, so you're saying now people must check why?
Well,
Yeah.
But we know you shared your story though.
Yes,
You shared it.
you must vet people why they got fired from the other job, and then you find the reasons. Have you
Awube
changed?
Oh,
namavet too. Asikhulumi ngezinja.
Yo, jeez.
Anonymous,
Yes.
stop wasting your time. Is this the only man you know? The only man that's hitting you up?
Yes, actually, because okay. Usomizi masekathi Bamel usomizi when he says ukuthi bhekicele I'm a detective don't. I was called in sometime in 2021
Okay.
it was a story about I was dating this guy who was
Okay, Anonymous.
taking AR.
Ibambe lapho, ne?
Okay.
Please, let me pay the bills because now you're adding another story, man. She's mentioning something about ARVs. Wait, we're coming back.
At Boston City campus, we'll subsidize.
Subs, how did you hear that ARV? I did not hear anything about ARV. I saw you writing it, but I was like, Subs, wait, where guy no.
Serious about education.
Guys,
Serious about you.
I know it's rough, guys. It's rough. Thank you for the 20K, but we can also do more. We can also do more. Let's just tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Thank you for all of you who are following us. We are here Monday to Friday, 10:20. We are Makoya Round Down. I don't go alone. Kina Leroy, kina le Savelo, kina le Mponyana, kina le Skami, kina le Mimi, kina le Fifi. Kurr kaofela yi, wabo? Same WhatsApp group. So yeah, we listen to Ask a Man. A bit later on, we have our own segments where you can ask for your own advice if you need some. We can talk about a topic that is close to your heart. You know, we like talking about things that matter in our lives. So come through, join through. I see all the requests. I will give you time to come in. Ne? So I'll tell you that, hey, send your request and let's do this. So I've noted them. We will do that once we are done with studio. Okay. So yes, let's do that. Let's do that.
Join in-store or download the Woolies app.
Hey guys.
With W Rewards. Only at
Wait.
Woolworths. The difference.
Can you guys still hear me?
All right, let's continue with Anonymous. Now, Anonymous, you've added something else.
Can you guys still hear me?
Oh, okay. No, Beniti, I was just giving an update on my previous.
Because I see
call that I
Sabelo
did.
and
So you are a
Pinikon.
10 soldier, ne?
Yes, I am. No, I get Somizi is saying I'm a detective. So I think sometimes I'm a detective, but young season because I had a case where I was suspecting my boyfriend was taking ARVs, and when I was on prep, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm that lady who called. So I was on prep, and then 8 months down the line, or 8 months into the relationship, we got tested, and his results were positive. But then I didn't break up with him like afterwards. We continued with the relationship, but then he eventually got someone pregnant.
Hey.
Okay, so
Yeah.
basically you're saying if
Hey.
you don't stop your detective ways, nothing will ever be okay. Why don't you just
I don't know if
why don't
I
you
don't
just
know.
date people you trust and that are trustworthy? I think Anonymous,
Okay.
the thing is you could be the red flag here somewhere, somehow.
Absolutely.
You need to fix something. Maybe just go back to who hurt you?
Like,
girl?
okay, I only-
Uban okay,
No. Not scandal. I need to, like, sometimes you get pushed into being a detective based on the mistrust or
Get pushed.
the seed of mistrust that someone planted.
No, Anonymous. When there are red flags, you leave a relationship.
Okay.
You don't become a detective,
Hmm.
right? I'm sure everyone has a list, right? This is what I want from a partner. And when your partner doesn't meet those needs, you should be able to leave. Like when your partner doesn't want to work on those things to build trust to whatever you want to build, then you leave. It does not turn you into a detective. I think that's the absolute wrong way to view life and to view relationships.
Have you caught him cheating?
I've never not like right-handed.
It answers a lot of things.
There are things that I would see, like let's say, I visit him like on every weekend, and then I have my toothbrush there, and then the next time I visit, my toothbrush is not in the container where we keep the toothbrushes. It's chucked somewhere in the bathroom.
It's not your house.
So you're saying you're leaving it there to mark your territory. Sure. Did he ask you to leave it?
No. He's the one who bought me like a toothbrush, and it's like, okay, you're gonna keep your toothbrush here. But then on my next visit, there is like it's not there, and it's chucked somewhere in the cupboard.
Okay.
You know?
Is there another toothbrush, a new one?
No, I actually just bought a new one, and then
I'm just saying when you come back, do you find a different toothbrush?
No.
Yeah, Anonymous, this is two-way, honestly. I think sometimes we create scenarios in our heads more than what is really happening. And we find ourselves now being paranoid and creating things in our heads 80% of the time. Chances are maybe it's happening 20%, but even that 20% is same as 80%. But sometimes just be honest with yourself. Sometimes if you relax and say, okay, let me give people a benefit of the doubt until because as human beings, we like to look for things that are beyond our control and the eye cannot see. So I try to become a spiritual guru and say, oh, my senses this, my feelings this, my don't this. And we sometimes we might lose on something that is valuable over something that is not there. But it doesn't mean God also ignore your intuition. But sometimes you must be able to differentiate between intuition and paranoia.
Yeah, but this one is cheating, definitely.
Yeah. I'm talking about your opinion.
No, this one's cheating.
So means you're ring.
Anonymous is the anonymous. When I say that you are the problem, because what you're saying is you always choose the wrong man, nah? Because you've called us twice. All doesn't end up correctly. Do a lot of introspection and be true to yourself. Maybe it's the kind of man that you choose or the kind of man that you let into your life. It could have been other traumas from back then that you're always ending up with people that lie to you. Why are you always ending up with men that turn you into a detective? So it's got something to do with you and your choices in life. And until you learn a certain lesson, you will always end up with men that turn you into a detective.
And Anonymous, why are you being afraid of being single?
Don't forget to tap the screen, guys.
Why?
No, I told myself that after this, I'm just gonna be single for a while until maybe I decide to love again.
Yeah.
This thing of you being back as I'm worried. Like, have you given yourself a break just to find?
Yes, actually, after I broke up with the other guy, I took like a 6 months break, and then I started to date again.
Yeah, and avoid dictating.
Okay.
Yeah, so the detective in you can get the deal that she needs.
Yeah.
And it must close. The deal must close. Okay.
All right.
Anonymous, we good?
Yeah, I'm good.
What's the number again, since you know maths? The number I say, what's up, your metro? Say it. You're putting pressure on her.
She's good with
Say it,
numbers.
Anonymous.
060. But we'll say it for you because this is what we need to say. So everyone else can advise you, Anonymous. Please continue listening. You know the role. I will not repeat to you because otherwise I will be wasting time where you could be sending your advice to Anonymous right now, South Africa. That number 060-552-7303, or you can give us a call on 086 2160. Come on now. I know you have something.
All right, guys. Let's quickly get it over 30K. There's 170 something of you guys. Just tap. Quickly. Good morning once again. If you're joining us for the first time, we are Makoya Rundown. My name is KG, and we do this every weekday, Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. We listen to Ask a Man, and we weigh in on the issues that are of the day. Then we have our very own segment where we discuss things that are closer to us. That could be you and your possible issues. You need advice. You just want to chat. Come through. Let's do that. And I will be taking requests. You can request to come through. And what I just request of you is mute when you come onto the panel. You will be given opportunity to speak. You do not speak over anyone. You do not attack anyone. You can nicely agree with someone without attacking them. And that's how we do it. We're going to have cordial conversations. All right. So thank you for the 30K. Keep tapping nonetheless, and let's do this thing. Good morning, Sabs. Good morning, Lira. How you guys doing?
So me, I'm pissed off already, but Ferry, what's up, guys?
Calm down.
But anyway, yeah, sure, what's up, but
Morning, guys. How are you?
oh, good.
Good. What's happening?
First note.
NG, kindly mute so long. Thank you. Go ahead, Subs.
Let me read as Pebbles yourself. No matter how great a lover can be at work, let me tell you guys, na, I understand Anonza, and I am. I think the part that we are missing is she did not start by being a detective from the beginning, number one, and it's you know when you're this person, something pushes you to you don't just sleep and wake up and just decide that, oh, I actually now want to be a detective and I want to get finance and accounting, and no, something happens. So my thing when I KG is that sixth sense thing, that you've got that hunch thing at the back of you because you are noticing the traits. If anyone knows me, they will know where my phone lies anyway, anyhow. Once my phone starts facing down on the table, once I start taking my phone with when I'm going to the toilet just to piss, once I don't answer my phone and then suddenly I need to go answer my phone in the bathroom, guys, it is happening. Like there's something. So for me, I'm always like, okay, so because I am seeing all of this and I know where something is happening, I can't now come up to you and say, Kagiso, I know you are doing this and this and this and this and this. What proof do I have? Nothing. Guys, it's like you're going to Russia and Ukraine war with a gun that has no bullets. It's useless. So you already know what you know where. Now, you need something tangible so that when you go for a presentation, you go full on and you put everything on the table to say, on this day, and then, I get that people think the petrol in this economy going up and down, but if at that time it only takes that for you to grab all the information that you need to present, guys, you will do it. And you know what I've noticed? Up until you go through something, you'll never understand why another person is doing it. And it's easier for us to say, I will never. There's so many things that I stand now at my 32 years of living that I have stood and said, I would never do this. Let me tell you, that never, you will erase that never like it never happened. You will never even start mentioning to people, I have said I would never do that, but now I find myself doing this. So I understand her, and she doesn't, and I don't like naked saying, why are you always attracting men that lie to you? It was that arrive guy or so two guys, now it's always, and now this thing is changing again. We are deviating. Why is it her fault now that these men are lying to her? She's here saying, I am here to ask if should I go, should I stay? Am I delusional? Am I seeing things? Am I making up? Am I subs? Am I an overthinker? Unnecessary, So she's been meeting guys that lie to her. It's not her fault. At the end of the day, they lie, and this man is currently lying to her right now, and she wants to. And like I said, when I KG, this woman knows. She knows it. She knows that this man is lying, and she knows that this man is cheating on her. Mara, number one, like I said, you can't go forward because she's got no tangible evidence. And also, when the heart is still there, you want to recruit. I want KG and Leroy and Mponyana to say, guys, he's doing this. Do you think I gahlanya? Do you think Kahafa? Am I saying things, or do you think I'm right? You know, that validation, that affirmation. So she just needs it, Mara. She already knows. She already knows, and that's just my 2 cents.
Thank you for the 10 rands. Much appreciated. And yeah, there we go. There we go. Lee, do you want to comment, dog?
Yeah, yeah, working like
Keep the likes going, guys. Thank you for that. Yes, continue.
Sub's right actually, yeah, and and like sometimes like you'll never really get to understand something until you actually are there actually, like you experience it. So yeah, like subsequent but again, like you say, like serious, you're gonna need to know like like okay, sharp guys, like am I going crazy or what? And like, so there I feel the sister, and like there you're right. Like ladies, from a guy actually. Let me let you know now, from a guy. Ha ke go rata serious, you're gonna see, you're gonna know. To the smallest things, with the biggest thing, you're gonna see, you're gonna know. You see that 6 10 that's gonna prove well, alright. Is my mona like whether my phone needs a ing he flip down or what you gonna know. Happy. When I don't love you, you gonna see, you gonna know. When I'm as in like using you for this, you gonna see, you gonna know. Whether give hey baby, I love you. Hey mama, I see you. Hey work trips, come on, man. As you guys know at Neshap, like we are loving beings, we love to love, like we actually like love people, but then sometimes be honest with yourself, eh? Hore okay, sharp, like yeah, vele ngiyamthanda but manje mne man. Le kaka le. So manje, value yourself that much, or you know what? Yeah, I love this, but then like this is not working for me. So it's again, let me learn to take my L and leave. Yeah, it hurts, Fede, but hey man, akusebenzeki. Fede, that's my card. My Fede,
I hear you,
baby
Ntatali.
father, by the way. Sorry about that. Yeah, the baby father, cause like some of the baby mothers are like real bullies, guys. They're gonna chop you up. So I'm like baby father. Anyway, it's all love.
But she never mentioned anything about baby mama or anything, which it seems like it's not a problem or it's not a concern for her per se. So, yeah. Any case, thank you for that, Ntatali. Hey, let me hold my comment. Angie,
Hello, guys. Hello. Can you hear me?
how are you? Yes, I
I'm
can hear
good.
you. I believe it's the first time I'm seeing you on the comments.
Yeah.
Bo.
Oh, it's nice to be here. I'm so happy.
We appreciate you joining
And
in.
I had to just jump in this panel immediately, guys, because wow. Hey, you know what? You know what?
Come with it.
You know what?
Mm.
Us as ladies, firstly, nje, guys, self-love is very important. Yabona muzithanda wena. Qala, before you go seeking love from KG, from Leroy, from Mandla, from John, awukuqale uzithande wena. You understand?
Mm.
There's things,
Mm.
yabona muzithanda, there's things you know when as a human being ukuthi nje you can never stand for. Yabona ngeke uyinyamezele, and you put it down, it's okay. Mina ndifuna indoda esona sona 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 so. And if
Mm.
it's sona so, then he's not my man. You understand? Like what Leroy is saying, guys, indoda mikuthanda, guys, yakuthanda. When he's into you, a guy's into you. Men are silly creatures. It's either he's in it in the relationship or he's not. Uyayibona? And guys, uyambona umuntu wakho bengasekho kuwena. Umuntu wakho xa ngase ngowakho uyambona. You understand? The thing is, I wrote, my first comment was, guys, there's the spirit of desperation esinayo thina samantombazane. Yabani ukuthi I'm so desperate to be in a relationship because my friend nalethi nayo uyajola ujola nobani bani wakhe ini. So manje mina izoba ngathi mhlambe ndiyabanda if andikho kwi-relationship ntoni. So we tend to now nyamezela, we want to bekezela abomandla abasibhidelayo lana, because now kufanele ukuthi in a relationship lapho umandla uyakuvuruvaya, yezwa, uyakubonisa ama-flames. I mean, guys, it's obvious this guy is either he's went back to his baby mama, or he's still married to lo mfazazana wakhe or whatever. But le ntombazane, guys, the red flags are there. The red flags are there. Umuntu wakho mekuthanda uyakuthanda. Like, imagine with toothbrush yakho, the next thing ayisekho kwakhe. Yeah, yabona izinto ezifani ezinjalo. Indoda mengasakufuni iba dodgy, but you know what? He will stay. The man's gonna stay because he's getting free cake from you. Free cake inana, and this when uyampa indoda izawuhlala kuwe. Next thing, you know what's gonna happen? Lo guy lo uzoza nje some long weekend nyana, lo guys got married or whatever. You understand? Uvele washada in the relationship, but the red flags have been there. Ama work trip ebusuku, please. Umuntu wakho lo. You understand?
Sure.
Amadoda, guys, like we need to learn ukuthi amadoda can and he will uyayenza bekuthanda umungu wakhe yonke into, ngisho sephefumulo ukuthi baby ngiyaphefumula manje baby ngijika ikhona manje, you understand? So we need to stop this thing of being so desperate of being in a relationship. Yeah, but guys, we need to first love ourselves, and most uyithanda wena, you're gonna start attracting nayo indoda ezithandayo, because leyo ndoda izokuthanda ukuthi wena okokuqala nje uyazithanda, number one, and izoyazi leyo ndoda ukuthi nje I'm not gonna do this to Angie because u-Angie uyazithanda, u-Angie ngeke ayimele into ethini, ngeke ayimele ukuthi nokuthi soze ndiyenze loo nto mina ku-Angie wami, yabona.
All right. Thank you, Angie. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you there. We have only about 30 minutes to get through the segment. So
thank you, Chomit.
thank you. Stay there, mute your mic, and then we're still gonna have some convos. Just a reminder, everyone, let's keep it under a minute so that we give everyone a chance to comment. So because we don't have the studio session went for too long today. So yes, Pali, how are you, sis?
Good morning. How's everyone? As I said, I'm on to guys. People who are detectives, and there's this need in them that they need to be right. So as Subs was saying, I'm listening to him like, yeah, it's definitely you, Subs. They need to go and gather evidence to come and present to you that, do you see, I caught you doing this. Remember, the gathering evidence process can take months, and you are in that relationship. You know it's not working, but you are not gonna leave before you prove you were right. Why can you just take your L and leave silently? Why? What is this need to come and present to people that I caught you? You don't even need to catch them. The fact that you went something was not feeling right. And she's right. If you love yourself, if something starts feeling off, when a man loves you, he loves you, you will know it. He will immediately, he wakes up at 4 a.m., he's gonna text you. Immediately gets to work. If coffee spills on his shirt, you're gonna be the first person he texts. Now, this one of yours, what good night at 4 p.m. And when you want evidence to come and tell him, or you were not sleeping after 4. And then after you get that, what does it do to you? Everyone has been through something, guys. You meet a woman who tells you I've got 3 kids from 3 different men, and she meets a man and they fall in love and they get married because she went into that relationship and gave it a chance. She never said, oh yeah, when now you are not putting the toilet seat down, you are like, baby, lady number 2, I know this signs, I know this. We all know signs. Relationship detective, you must have this level element to make things work. There's no one who's perfect, and if you are coming, problem I think it's when you sit and work on yourself so much and you come out feeling like you are a perfect version of you. Now you go and meet people who are just winging it and going the floor and making mistakes, and now guys, why like after proving that you were right, still that relationship is, you now stayed in that relationship for more months that you should have. You were trying to prove. Now the relationship has failed. It was failing from the start. You could have just left then. When you choose to stay and try and prove and convince and try and change somebody and try and make them see where I deserve better. No, there's what is that need? Why do you have that need? I don't get it. You are just the detective. Can I tell you, just last minute, best friend of mine, when she meets somebody new, she's very popular in the location. Ne re holetse ko, so we are popular at home. When she meets a guy she doesn't know, she will take a picture, send to all of us. Do you know this guy? And somebody will say, yeah, I actually know this guy. I went to high school with him. What did he do at high school? Who did he date? Who did? And then she will come back to me, tell me, see, I told you when I saw him, Vele, something was off because now this and this person is saying he did this and that and that. And I'm like, friend, if that guy, Sapsi and Amar,
Isabella is getting a ticket. When's it, Isabella? Sorry, finally continue.
And I'm like, Chomi, if that guy can just ask 2 people about you, do you know that he will even stop pursuing you? Like, he will just be off. If he can ask just 2 people who will tell them who know you. But when you will go around looking for somebody's past, who did he date? Yo, why, when, for how long, what happened? Like, and then what are you going to do with that information? How is it going to help you? Hi, guys, all right.
Yeah, I think maybe then I can speak my comment here because you spoke something in line with that. My question is, you already have suspicions. You have actions that he's doing that you don't like, that you don't love, that you don't appreciate. Those are very visible. You don't need proof of that. You see that your phone rang, you went and answered it outside. You do this, you say you are home, you are not home. You say you have gone, but you are home. You have seen these things. Even before you take a drive to go check these things, but within the house, you have seen this. Why not address that behavior? For me, if I say to you, listen, I'm seeing you behaving in a manner that is out of what you usually do. I don't like it. It gives me suspicions that you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. Stop it, or I will take action. So I'm calling you out on the behavior I'm seeing that I don't like, and I'm addressing it. And if you're not correcting yourself, then in share, I can take any decision from that. So for me, you don't even need to go as far as doing investigations and whatever the case may be. You just address the matter at hand that you are seeing, and that's it. You know, you don't need to find proof. You found them in the bed, whatever the case may be. You know, those are requirements for marriage there. But when you're just ingesting behavior you don't like, you address it, you don't see a change, you move, you do what you need to do with that information. So yeah, that was just my chat. That why do you go to the extent of, like what you're saying, Palesa, you spend months now gathering information. That information you're gathering, it's equally hurting you for that matter. So that was my comment. Thank you for that, Pali. Sis Rose,
Morning.
how you doing, Mama?
I'm okay, and you? Okay.
We
I feel like we are misjudging the Anonza.
Tell
Why
us.
am I saying? The reason why I'm saying this, ne? Like you said, this is not the first time she's been in a relationship. This is the second time. Mina, looking at the story, sometimes you would have left a relationship without investigating to understand why did I leave the relationship. So on my own side, what I think is Guti Anonza, by her doing all these investigations, she was trying to understand more so that she can have more information. Yes, it might seem like it's wrong, but it's for her own good. Like I don't know, it was Sabs when she said Guti some of us, we are investigators. We are, that's how we are naturally. Not to say we do it in a bad way, say maupuma we toilet we have, no, not in that way. We investigate in silence, like the way Anonza said it, in silence, because we want to have clarity. What am I getting myself into? Before you hate my feelings, so that I know what I'm putting myself into. Yes, it can take long, my investigations, but what I want to know is and I'm not going back there. So when I'm doing those investigations, I know ukuthi vele kunabantu that are not going to understand it, but sometimes some people, they need to get these investigations for them to move. Because like you can, like the way there was and I think it was Kennedy when he said she's wrong by the type of men that you're approaching. We don't choose what type of men who must approach you. You understand? You don't choose the type of guy that you must say guti low falling approach in terms of the heart wise, but you learn from there guti. Yes, I might be approached with this certain type of people and I don't like it, but in that period you need to understand guti why is it getting to that extent. So it might seem like ngati she's becoming too difficult, but she wants to understand guti why am I being attracted to by this same type of men. That's how I see it. Yes, it might be red flags, but oksalayo, peace. Yeah, as for me, I'll hunt it until I get it. Thank you. I am peace nyayifuna shem. I
Okay,
can be an
Sister Rose.
Before
investigator,
you
but I
step
will look
down,
for it. Yeah.
before you step down, after you find the information, how does it help you? Because it's finished. You were leaving anyway. That
Okay,
information,
thank
how
you.
is it gonna help you?
After finding the information, I will work towards to that point. Where was I wrong in the process? Where did I go wrong? And besides, what made me to continue staying? Those are the main things that I'll be looking for because I want to heal my own self more. It might seem like it's a longest journey, but I'm a peace. Ngiyayifuna nje because sinabaye masithanda sithanda nakonke like singena nenyawo nani yonke into so hey
Let's mjolo. Hey, let's mjolo serious. And it shouldn't even be that
yabo,
hectic, guys.
for us we are looking for that
Kimujolo.
1%.
Niyajola.
And it's ngibone no announce at the time bambuzo uthi uno side nyana akanaye for thina masithi siyamthanda umuntu siyamthanda.
Guys, there's nothing wrong with loving somebody. Mara, you see, this feels wrong. This guy is not loving me the way I want to. Now I'm a kind of girl who wants to talk to my man at 11 p.m. He's not doing it. Why are you staying? I want to understand the logic of staying in a relationship that doesn't work for you. Why do you do it? Why?
Well, and that part, it's like explaining it. Sometimes it might. Sometimes people will not understand it, but the investigation for me it helps me in like young Caesar.
Yeah. Okay, Sis Rose. I get you, and I'm not. I want to get this for people who have the same view as you. I think I saw a comment from Tuli saying, "True, because I don't want to live with the regrets of what if I was overthinking nothing." If you get to a point in a relationship where you are overthinking things, guys, can Lele come through? Can't.
Can Donny, Kautet Donny, what?
Can't.
Tell me
Maybe you
now.
would do better than me, please, because I can't.
Hi, my people. No matter
Hello,
the
Lele.
but not today.
Mm.
Another today was
Mm-hmm.
me back in the days. I used to be that person. Not body
Okay.
petrol and stuff, but I really used to be that person. I dated a guy. When I stayed in Centurion, he stayed in Kempton Park. And again, I got the lockdown so I drove to his house because I tried calling him the whole day and he wasn't responding. And then I go, got locked no like about 9. So I was sure to leave late so that I don't have to come back. Because what is he hiding? Right? I got to his apartment. I called him I'm at the gate. He's like, okay, Yena, he's still in Josie, but I must give him 10 minutes, he'll be there, sharp. 10 minutes, there's a Uber. Yeah. Uber came in, yalata, some chick. Had jile masking wayana ka hempe e white, and they called his name. So I knew, okay, this is where the Uber came from, or came to pick up somebody from this house. right? And then that day, ka make sure ke mo fa ntho ya nkgotsofatsa because na seva the strokes wise, you know. And then I never went back. I went silent. But now that's got me to a point where my fiance now, when we started, Nigel investigator rough. Like phone like who's calling you. Phone I'll check message jury who phone le mango kai byang. You understand? And then yeah, until he sat me down to say, listen, yeah, when you wanna play investigator or I love you is not gonna work. Because I genuinely love you. And you having to try find some clarity on my love for you or confirmation of my love for you is really not gonna work. And that placed me at ease. But before, Bananegele detective lele. So I give me blame and on that these things happen.
You just proved my point. Thank you for that. Your fiance put you at ease.
Yeah.
Because he's showing this love. He's showing you that he loves you. So if you're not at ease, Nje, and a person is not, you have communicated it, and a person is not doing anything in their power to show you, to listen, baby girl, relax, I'm here with you. Then, guys, why is it a debate? Why is it a thing, Akuti, you must now get other proof? They themselves are failing to prove to you that they love you and only you. Now you want the proof that they don't. Aye, man. Guys. Can we not? Can we spare ourselves? There's some comments that have been saying there, Hore, you know, we don't have control of the men who we are or who shall us and whatever the case may be. You actually do. Maybe you don't realize, but you actually do. All that men go for is what you give off. I don't go for people that I'm not attracted to because they're not giving off what I am attracted to. So that is just that for me. So it can't be that when now someone comes to you and you can see, you know, there's some when, and you know, sometimes it sounds unfair when we say you are the problem, you know, but that's where now you need to investigate, what am I giving off that then brings these people? Yes, you have the right to, you know, say no and all of that, and that's granted. That's an obvious case. You don't have to date someone who does not meet the things that you want. But you yourself give off something. They're just people who just, you know, because of how they carry themselves, you're just like, I would not date this person, because you first like a person with what you see before you even know who they are, before you just like what you see. And that's it. So if you're giving off something that is not attractive, no one will be attracted to you in light of what you want. So maybe the work becomes then, how do I give off what attracts the people that I want to be attracted to me? Equally so as a guy, when I go share a person, a girl, I must make sure that I am the package that I know this person would most likely go for. And that's why sometimes men, we just, you know, overjudge ourselves. Sometimes feel like girl is over your league or whatever the case may be. That's where that discussion comes in. But at the end of the day, you make sure that you ooze the necessary confidence. You know, you ooze whatever that you look like that is proper. You know that you are presenting. When in corporate, when they say you must dress for the position you want, this is what we are talking about here in the relationships. Be in the outside, be the person that you want, you know, to your partner to be attracted to. Right. Then you can. So it's just those things, guys. Girls who attract men who have money, there's something that they do. But okay, that's just my opinion. It's been a while.
Been a while, family. Hi.
How are you, sir?
I'm amazing as always.
Ah, love it, love it, love it. Come through.
You know, I just recently moved my banking from a certain bank to FNB, which I'm currently using now. I've never been in such a beautiful relationship ever. To the point where I opened up a club in November. So when they see me swipe a lot, they'll call me to just, hey, is this you swiping? Is this you making these transactions? The most amazing relationship ever, you know? And I think if we had to have the very same principle within our relationships, being assured at all times that these are our intentions with you. This is what I want for you, from you, and this is how I'm expecting you to be and have. It is so hard to be in a relationship and questioning every single thing. Questioning if you are wanted as much. Questioning if the person is loyal. That's not a relationship. That's like a military drill something. I don't know what it is, but it's not a relationship. And it's sad that we are so selfish now that we can't assure the person we claim to love. We can't prove without a question of a doubt that I'm here and I'm here for this reason and I'm here for this purpose and I'm here for like you know when you are so secure, you love easy. You trust easy. Even if you have doubts, but those doubts they disappear with time. I always say there's nothing easy to a man like spoiling a woman that loves him. It is you forget your bank card in her purse. It is because you know this is where your happiness is. This is where your rest is. This is where your peace is. And you go out of your way to make sure that person is okay. So immediately when you have to question that person's loyalty, when you have to question that person's intention, that's no longer a relationship. Now you're in academy of becoming a detective. That's the Department of Security training you how to be a sniper. You're not in a relationship because you're not sure of anything. It is so hard. And again, for us single people, I think the most safest thing in 2024 is being single. It might be lonely sometimes, but it is the most safest thing you can do for yourself right now. Because every single relationship has a big question mark from it. And if the person is not willingly opening themselves up to assure you how and why you should be with them, you shouldn't even be there. Be like me. Enjoy alcohol, enjoy food, and be single. Be single. Mojolo is the most risky
Hey, Dean, Rinaka batho. Hell no. Hey, hell no. Re batla mojolo. We want the stress. Imagine singile ka Sunday ko irang. Ngeke.
Party bottles won't cuddle you.
Ko irang ka Sunday. Sunday ka bo 4 p.m. ke tla be ke irang. Andizi.
Let me tell you a funny story. That's a funny story. As much as bottles won't cuddle you, this is what happened to me this weekend. So I flew back to Joburg and I went to the Val. That's where my club is, and with me, I don't interact with people that I find at my club. I just don't interact, you know. So everyone is having a good time, and I'm like, you know what, guys, let's have an after party at my place. So at 2 o'clock, we drive to my place, and we get there. People are just chilled, and there's this girl that has been nagging the whole night. You know, nice person. I won't even speak her down. Amazing, beautiful lady. But Gumina, I made a decision of how long will I be able to entertain this one? Do I really want it to? And is it going to be beneficial to me? 3, Those are the three basic questions that I always ask myself before I entertain anyone. And if I have an answer that is a no to one of those questions, I don't do it. So we had my place, we're drinking, having fun, and I'm like, you know what? I know this bottle of tequila, one, won't betray me tomorrow, won't speak about me tomorrow, won't require anything from me tomorrow. Let me take this bottle and go to my room and get. I was already drunk, right? But I was like, now I need to pass out. So a bottle will cuddle you. I promise you, it might be cold, but it will cuddle the life out of you.
My nigga. You see, you big tiger there. You
will wake up in the
are the
morning
leader.
with no hangover and you'll start your day. I promise you, guys. Can you imagine? You are with someone, you're not sure what are their intentions about you. You're not sure what they are doing when you are not there. You want to stroll their phone. Guys, that's not umjolo. That's not happiness, guys. So I'm just saying, for now, up until we are sure with the people that we want to invite into our space.
Precious, I refuse for you to get onto the panel. We can't hear you anymore, Dean. I don't know why you went silent, unless Vele, you did go silent. But we appreciate you for your comment. Can I please, before I invite you or welcome you, get Precious, I want to, I wish I could show you guys. I have two people here next to me. The reason we are on 50K likes is because they are just here to do this. Just to do this. All the roses and all of this. So I'm shouting out to my wife and my younger sister. They're doing the things. So, so thank you so much. Okay, so Precious, Namela panel come to you, Precious.
Oh, already? I thought there was a line. I thought Leroy was gonna go, Angie was gonna go. Is it my
No. These people have spoken already.
Oh, I missed it. Okay, great. Good
Yes.
morning.
Tuli, can you kindly mute? Tuli. Oh, there we go. Yes,
Good
Precious.
morning.
Morning. How are you, Mom?
I'm good. How are you?
Arch, we are here. We are here.
So apparently, Mina, I'm Dululu. I just want to say that I'm actually living in the Trululu of my Dululu because
Okay.
I serve a living God. What I wanted to say was that I don't understand the limiting beliefs on the panel today. So I don't have context about Anonza, so I'm just going to speak on what I heard. I don't
Sure.
understand the limiting beliefs on the panel today because how are you already going into a relationship anticipating that it's not going to work? Like, what is that about? Why is your outlook on relationships that it's not going to work, I must leave room for disappointment? Like, why do we actually think like that and think that good things are going to come to us? Like, you can't every day of your life when you're perpetuating the idea that men are bad, men are dogs, men will hurt you, and then you expect to find a good man where? Because the house that you're living in is created by the words that you speak. So if when you're constantly saying that relationships are bad, things are not going to work out, how do you then expect to ever experience a good type of love? Like, how do you ever think it's going to happen for you? Because you don't even genuinely believe it, to the point that even when it comes and it happens for you, you're constantly going to question it because you've programmed yourself to think that relationships don't work. Like, guys, what if it works out? What if you meet a dude and he's the absolute love of your life and it actually works out? Like, why do you never think like that? Why do you never think, what if it actually works out and this is the love of my life and we live happily ever after? Like, why is that not a possibility for you? And why do you constantly think, Uguti, look, I think there's a season for singleness. I think it's important. I think it's valuable. I think it's valid. I think if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. But I don't think you must perpetually hold yourself in the jail of singleness because you are afraid to get hurt. Guys, marriage is an act of faith, because when you stand at the altar and you say, I do, you don't know, but you trust and you believe what it's gonna work out. Similarly to relationships, you meet a dude, you don't even know him, he doesn't know you, but you have a little bit of faith. Like, Gaibo, Aibo, guys, like just have a little faith. Like have a little bit of faith. Ukuthi, actually, this might work out. Like this could actually be my person. Like I always say, Mina, ukuthi, I don't care how many divorces I see. I don't care how many bad marriages I see. I don't care what I see. Mina, guys, I'm gonna have a beautiful marriage no matter what. And I'm never gonna stop believing in the institution of love, respect, and marriage and all those things just because of one bad experience. Even if I have 10 bad experiences, asoze kaloku nange Patika Mandela convinced me that marriage is not beautiful. Even the apartheid government can never convince me that marriage is not beautiful. It can never happen because I am set in my mind that things work out. Sometimes things work out and you meet a man and it's beautiful and it's godly and it's everything you've ever prayed for. It's almost as if you guys want to say you believe in God, but you believe in God for a house, for a car, for a job, but you can't believe God for a man. Please do better. I need you to stand on business and believe God for everything as it pertains to your life. If you think God can give you a job, he can give you a man. If you think God can give you a car, he can give you the love of your life. So I don't understand this limiting belief, and I hope that you let go of it, because guys, God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above. And let me tell you, I'm an actual testimony, because this man that I'm with now, please, creme de la creme. They don't even make them like him anymore, okay? And I'm not even special. I didn't do anything special. I just believed. I told God, this is what I want, and I waited. And when he came, I assessed the matter, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is going to work out, and we're going to live happily ever after. Hey, Bo, please do better.
Thank you, Precious. Nazo kaizini, nazo. Thank you so much, Precious. Thank you for that. I'm gonna ask Angie and Pali if you don't have a comment right now, because I know Rose has it. I have some people on the request who wants to come in, so I really appreciate that. Rose, you can speak solo, Mama.
Okay, thank you. So see the point that you have highlighted, that is a very good one, and I like the way you think. You see, when I'm about the investigation part, I'm investigating, going forward there, telling myself to say, good, I will not stop until I find the rightful person. Yes, I might find myself meeting the wrong guys at this moment in time, but I still believe that God will bring my rightful person. So that's why I'll keep on saying, when it comes to investigating, I'll investigate until I find this person truly loves me. And when I'm doing this investigation, I'm not doing it with my own mind. I'm doing it with God. When I start the relationship, nalowo muntu loyo ngicala ngithandazele ngize ngifastele Nkosi yami. I'm not even ashamed to say those words. After fasting for it, then I'll see. And if there's this dangerous prayer that is always talked about, the prayer would show me if it's the rightful one. And sometimes we doubt it. That's why maybe we'll end up being investigators. And after doing that, I know when I come back to God, you tell me, I told you. But for the fact I tried, and I'll keep on keep on until I find the rightful person. That's why I'm still on the comment. When it comes to investigation, I feel like you people, some of the people don't understand when someone says they are investigating. Not to say maybe we are insecure. No. When we enter that relationship, I'm sorry to tell you this, when I enter that relationship, I enter with love. But Mina, what I'll be trying to say, the signs of the things that you've been doing, let me find out, am I not overthinking? And by the way, yes, I have a problem of overthinking, but I always look for a way to what do you call this? To resolve it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I highlight what is on the ground, which is I have a problem of overthinking. So for it not to affect me, that's where I'm saying I so wish umuntu mawujola naye akutshele ukuthi what are the heart desires towards you. Sometimes they'll not tell you. That's where I'll say to myself, don't worry, I'll turn into a private investigator. And with God by my side helping me. Many people can say whatever a problem, but by the way, for the fact that you even say showed the testimony and then The investigation, I will continue. And I'm not doing it in the wrong way. Ukuthi maybe ngifuna ukubona ukuthi hey ujolana bani. Hey no, in a calmful way. Nje, ngikubhekile nje. Ucabanga ukuthi maybe angiboni but I'm
Right.
looking. Thank you, sorry.
Thank you, Sis Rose. Thank you, Sis Rose. I think on this one, I will go with Martin's favorite saying. He will write it on the comments, and you will see where we stand on that one. So, Tulis, come through.
Hi, everybody.
How are you? You're slightly far from the mic.
Oh, okay. Let me try to put my other earphone on.
Okay.
Am I loud enough now?
Slightly better, yes. Come through, Mama. I think I'm seeing you for the first time on the panel, so boop, 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 boop. Come through.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, what I just wanted to say.
Yes. Come
What I wanted to
through.
say is, I do understand Uro is a rose, but
Mm.
you know, if somebody gives you something to feel doubt about, it doesn't
Mhm.
always mean that person is wrong. You know, yes, we do have this thing called intuition, but it's not always right. So a little investigation does work, but if somebody repeats something for a long time, let's say like maybe you do find out they are cheating, they do it again the second time, third time, like as in you're working, you are given an what do you call it? A letter to let you know that okay, we are warning you, we are giving you a warning letter. You know, such things you need to also, like as in a job, treat your relationship as in a job. I'm not so that you just know what's happening, because if you are just gonna leave this relationship just because of assumption, which means the next relationship that's what you're gonna do, and how many relationships are you gonna leave at the end of the day? So don't just leave people for petty things. Sometimes a little investigation does help, but if the signs are just, you know, even if without proof, but the signs are just too alarming, then walk away. That's all I can say.
Thank you for that, Tulis. Thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah. Investigations.
God, ngiyazi ukuthi akusiyitheni yami. Ngimuzwa kahle uthi release or mhlambe yimi wrong ne?
Yeah, wrong.
She's not saying you must forgive cheating men. She's not saying that, right?
Wrong, precious. Mute. Wrong.
Sorry.
Lala, how are you, Mama?
Molweni, ninjani?
I know we're good. Yourself?
I am very well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I think I'm also seeing you for the first time on the panel. So, poo, 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 poo.
But I've been here.
It's okay. It's about me seeing you for the first time.
Okay, thank you. So, okay,
Continue.
Ningangshai, I didn't hear the Anonza story.
Zokshaya.
I joined in a little bit late, right?
Okay.
So, from what I've gathered, Guma comments, and from what the panel has said, is that we lie too much to each other. Ningangshai, guys. I'm just coming in peace.
Okay.
The reason why I am saying that is
Okay.
relationships are deeper than what we think they are, or than what we say they are, or than what we portray them to be. The reason why I am saying that is that we don't know how to love, and that's the truth. So now, when you get into a relationship, especially if uyintombazana, you are the one who likes the guy more than he likes you. When you get into the relationship, you get into the relationship ungazi ukuthi kwenziwani. You fumble, and you find someone ozodlala ngenhliziyo yakho. I normally say, Mina, learn how that person loves. If it's not your love language, walk away. Because if you don't, you are going to be an investigator. Remember, when we get into relationships, we don't know each other. Mhlangana nawe unamazinyo wakho aphelele nawami aphelele. We are trying to do something we don't know. And then when we get to do that, we see ukuthi, okay, ama red flags wala anje nakanje nakanje, ama-red flags wala anje nakanje, because nathi sinawo ama-red flags. No anonza unazo izinto laphayana kuleya relationship ezingamjabulisi uguy. But what we don't know is how to communicate with people and say, the way that you are loving is not my type of loving that I am looking for. Therefore, I think it is okay for us to just stop. We never communicate like that. We just fumble, and then you find that in the process, ugcina nawe sowulimala sowuba udetective unnecessarily so. If you feel ukuthi someone is cheating, then maybe they are. And there's no need for you to be going around and looking, and because you will find something. Your sixth sense is never incorrect. If you feel that there is something, there is always something. So just walk away whilst you still have a chance. That's
Thank
me.
you, Carla. Much appreciated. I think for me, it was the issue of your intuition is not always right. It's because you have not learned to practice it and to trust in it and to make sure that when it comes through, you go with it. Because these things are just practice, guys. Discernment in itself, it's a muscle that you need to practice. So if you don't, guys, flames all around, flames.
Very, very true, but also ukhumbule ukuthi not all of us know how to discern. Sometimes it's yes, it's a muscle that we have to exercise, but it is also very difficult to exercise that muscle. There are many, mina, I normally say many of the lessons zasempilweni ngizifunda from what my mom tells me. And she normally says to me, yebo mthande umuntu, kodwa don't forget to leave some for yourself. Because when uzomthanda umuntu ngakho konke onakho, athathe, and then she uses her experiences, and then she says, look at me now, because I gave my all to everyone. So now anyone who finds me empty. And filling a cup when it's empty, it's very difficult. So leave some for yourself so that you know, okay, I can tolerate this, I can't tolerate this. And these are the conversations we should be having as abantu, especially if we want to get into relationships. Because as much as ngizothandaza, if God says to me, that's not the one, then am I going to listen to that or ngizove sengithi no, Satan udlala ngami? Maybe akafuni ukuthi, so then bese ngiyafaka bese ngiyacha bese ngithi yo, it did say, so it's one of the muscle that we have to exercise. But how do we exercise it? No one tells us, and asimameli, to be honest. Because the mistakes that we are falling into now are the same mistakes abazali bethu have fallen for kudala, but they were not as vocal as we are. And yet we are still falling and we say we are woke. So are we really woke?
Thank you for that, Carla. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Angie, I'm gonna skip you now. Please allow me to. There is, I think it's Perfect or someone. You with a dot. Please, you can speak now.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you kindly introduce yourself if you don't mind?
My name is George.
Nice to meet you, George.
Yes.
Come through.
All right. Anyway, I think I'm a bit late, but at the same time, I think I've got a bit of what is discussing here. I'm
Much
a guy.
appreciated.
Yeah, I'm a guy. And I think your previous caller, what she said, what happened in relationships that are bad and all of that, it's happened to guys, it happened to girls. And it's been repeated itself all the time, right? So like a lot of people do not learn anything from anything. So I think for me, the best way, because I have experience, my own experience is why I'm saying this. The best way is to ask God, because God will never, ever give you anyone that is not for you. Because normally what happens is that it's not the guy or the girl who is not good, but rather they are good for somebody, not you. Therefore, the best way is to ask God, because I heard that one of your sisters said, one of the previous callers said that she's so happy, and the man that she found, they don't make them like that anymore. It's one of those cases. God all the time. If you ask God, because marriage, I don't know. I'm religious, and I'm very close to God. I can say that. The thing is, when it comes to marriage, it's the number one thing that God wants to be involved in. Because remember, when you get married, God said you're becoming one. Now, when God said you're becoming one, means that if the other person is not yours, you cannot becoming one. And then nothing will ever gonna work. So when you go to God and say, Lord, I want to get married, because with God it's about marriage. There's no boyfriend, girlfriend here. I want to get married, but I cannot choose this by myself. You lead me and get a one for me. I have my own experience. I got married some time back, and myself, then I didn't know God. And later, when I came to know Christ, I remember one day God told me, you will get married. Then I was married already. So when I told my friends, they will ask me, come on, God doesn't break marriages. But rather, God, what was saying to me is that you did not ask me. And you went for somebody on your own. Now that you have come to me, I know you. Therefore, you, to put it very clear, in God's eyes, I was not married. That's period. I was not a married person, even though I was with somebody, I've paid Ebola and I did all the things. And I remember I told one of my pastors, he was confused because he told me that, hey, you are married? And then a man of God was the one that did minister your marriage and everything. So God cannot break marriages. But if we don't remember that, when you go and get to know somebody and you didn't ask God, that kind of marriage is just a ceremony. God is not there. You go in there and you find a guy or you find a girl and you bring the girl to an altar that, Pastor, I like this person, I want us to get married. The pastor doesn't know nothing. What he's going to do is to perform his duty to say, I put you guys together. And there's a word that we use. He said, what God have put together, no man put asunder. Where we make mistakes is that it's not every marriage that God has put together. So you must ask yourself, did I ask God when I saw this guy, George, or when I saw Nonkosi, did I ask God if he's the one? So what I'm just saying is that guys and girls, it's very simple. If you believe in God, don't even worry yourself about investigation, because that is not going to help you. You're wasting your time. All you need to do, ask God, go to God, ask him, say, Lord, I'm looking for a marriage, you lead me. Or when you find someone, go to God and say, I find somebody like this. Is he the one? Because after myself and my wife, when the Lord told me I'm going to get married, it took just 3 months. Our marriage we broke up. But when we broke up, I think I remember when I went to tell friends, they always ask me,
Mr. George, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to ask you to wrap up because we need to have.
Okay, sure. All right.
Yes, please.
Thank you. They asked me, were you caught? I said, I was caught for what? No, I wasn't caught for anything. That marriage got broken completely. And fast forward that, the Lord, I've seen after that, I've met three women, and the Lord told me none of them was the one. So let me leave it here. Thank you for giving me the time. I think this will also gonna give people some kind of understanding how to go about marriages these days, and of course, a God only, and that's all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, George. Kindly mute so long.
Okay.
And we appreciate that. So Kaizini, if you believe in God, involve God in every area of your life. In the same way as you ask God for your job, Precious did say, ask God for your mans. If God says no, he says no. In the very same manner, when he says yes, you go for it. So at the end of the day, cultivate a relationship with God and do that for those who believe. If you do not believe, you also do what works for you and you take the responsibility and the consequences that comes with it. So that is that. Leroy, you have your hand up, sir.
None because na nasu weekend take you on a Friday you is like sasa. Clarity meeting that as in like more dini that's all. Rarabiala with again like cricket and cause like critiquing born a mojolo little Mary is party feel. So it's again
Oscar bala ka mocho. Sarna di sopa.
born say like you are the father, it's fine. Chill fam. Din born and joins again, Bargain fam, born a Roman location at that so we can take born a key, maybe it's again, you know, what king. Ho, to me, bra. So, yeah.
Thank you, Lee. Right. I think it was Angie who had her hand up also. Come through, Angie. All right. Donaga Dean, come through, sir.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Again, apologize for keep
Hi.
on dropping.
Hi. Hello.
Um,
Okay. Dean, could you kindly mute? Let's give Angie, because now she's back. Maybe she was struggling with the mute sign.
Yeah, sorry, it
Angie?
was my net. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I just
Complete.
wanted to add to you guys. Yeah, sisagudla nje ngoline kaGod ye-Christianity and stuff. Vele it says that thina abantu besifazane ayisiyo umsebenzi wethu ukuthanda to love, right? Men are supposed to love us. Thina we respect and we submit to indoda yakho. Now the thing is, us as women, we tend to vele sifuna usiqala ukuthanda, oh, I love you, ngiyakuthanda, ngiyakuthanda. Men are supposed to love and protect and provide for us. You understand? Do you guys understand? So the thing is now, us as women, we get our hearts broken because I love him. I love him. Noma sembona umfana ukuthi akakuthandi, akasakuthandi umfana, but wena because ubambe leya ngqondo ukuthi you are like, men are the leaders in the relationships. Men should lead. Thina sifuna ukulida ngoba sisemathandweni, yabona siyalava. Mina the best advice my mom ever gave me, guys, is ungaboze uthande indoda more than indoda ikuthanda. You understand? Because mntanami uzogowa and uzolanda ngubani lapha. Yabona? So we must be conscious about that, ladies. Our job, Tina, is to respect and submit to indoda yakho. Umthanda love you iba khona, but ungalidi kakhulu loving. Yes, Leroy, ndiyakuva also wanna be loved. Mthanda indoda yakho, but ngeke phela Leroy mina ngikuthande ukudlula wena ungithanda, because that's where now ingxaki bakhona. So nje I'm not gonna be anduzukwanda. Tina, imsebenzi wethu, let's respect and submit to our men. Men must love us, must protect us, must provide for us. Ewe and love him, but ungakulinge umthandi ukudlula ngoba ekuthanda yena, because mntanami umgowo up.
Thank you, Angie. I'll come back to your point. And Tatagatin, before you disappear again, come through, sir. Dean.
this is me. I'm sorry, this is me.
Yes, come through.
You know one of again, people that know me, they will know that I fear God with my life. I appreciate and I give thanks to Him for everything that I have. But in some things like Umjol, let's not disrespect God, ne? Let's not papella the Almighty, especially when it comes to us trying to just soothe our feelings and our own injectors. If it's marriage, yes, but if it's Umjolo, which is 95% of what we actually are doing right now, apart from me because I'm single. But the point of the matter is, why are we stressing ourselves with people that should be assuring us that they want to be with us? Why are we even like why do you want to speak in tongues about something so simple, guys? Like, you know, when it's about your money, let's look at that. When it's about your money and if you see a transaction that you do not know, you close your card immediately. And you've forgotten that you gave your girlfriend that very same card to go buy bread. You want to disconnect your card and cancel everything. But when it comes to relationship, we want to tolerate things that we shouldn't be able to tolerate. We shouldn't speak in tongues when it comes to a man showing that he really wants to be with you and a woman showing that she really wants to be with you. A man's job is to provide and love, providing in every sphere that there is. Assurance, money, time, sexually, emotionally, physically, and every other lead that there is. A woman's job is to respect. Respect your man. Respect him by giving him time. Respect him by cooking. Respect him by loving, supporting. And again, it is a man's job to make sure that if he leads a relationship, that relationship is concrete, built well to what he wants. So if a man is showing you signs of him not really being interested, that's what he wants. Stop trying to be Robocop here, Galaxy Master. You want to investigate things. Let's stop forcing ourselves into a situation that will end up killing us. Again, I'm not vouching for alcohol, guys. I'm not sponsored by any beverage. I'm just.
Okay, Dean, I think your network just went pop on us. I'll mute you so long, and yeah. Hey guys, yes.
Please ask my questions while you gather your thoughts.
Yes, ask the questions,
Thank you.
precious.
Question number one, guys. Mina ngicela understand. Lela verse ngiyalazi ne. Leli lithi husbands love your wives as Christ loves the church. Great. And then wives submit to your husbands. Sure. Ngifuna nje ukwazi ukuthi mhlambe like le love lenithi singayiphi labafana. Si measure kanjani ukuthi okay, sengimthanda kakhulu manje Bob than the way yena ngithanda ngakho. Like, because honestly, because for me it's like what's the measuring stick to say I'm loving this man so much and I must love him little because apparently relationships where women love don't work. It always confuses me when women say you must date a man or marry a man who loves you more than you love him. I don't really subscribe to that chat, but ngifuna nje understand ukuthi asithi-ke ngiyayizama lento yenu yokuthi ngingamthandi kakhulu. Like, how do I stop my heart? How do I stop my feelings? How do I stop reciprocating? Say I'm convinced he loves me and I reciprocate. Like, where's the measure of said love and how do I stop it, right? That's my first question. Number two, stop it, of course, in the instance that it's too much, like you guys are saying. Number two, I don't understand this relationship with God that is selective, Mina, guys. I don't understand how God can be with me in a marriage, but he's not with me in dating. How he can be with me at work, but when I'm in an alcohol place, he leaves me. I don't understand a God that separates every now and again, because my Bible says he never leaves me, no forsakes me, right? So that informs me to say, if I'm dating, God is there. If I'm married, God is there. There's never a time, there's never a point, there's never an area in my life that God does not have audience to, right? There's never an area of my life that is secluded from God. Every area of my life is submitted to God. So the area of finding a husband is submitted to God. The area of having found said husband is submitted to God. So you can't say to me, "Ngingamfaka God emtholweni." So what must I do? I must say, God, okay, ngiyathola manje hlala le, mase ngishadile ngizobuya. How will I then have the wisdom to pick said husband? Like, do you see where I'm coming from? You're saying we must involve God in everything except dating, as if he's such a savior that can't. It's almost as if we want to say that God is not interested in the happenings of wanting to find a significant other. However, when you get married, suddenly God has an interest. I don't get that logic, because how can we want to believe that where dating or courtship, whatever you want to call it, is concerned, God mises ubhekale bese ayenza ngathi akaboni bese mawushada mawuthi I do uyavela usimakade kanjani kodwa, guys? Because isn't it is God who leads me in terms of who to date, and it is him who also takes us to the place of marriage. What I want to say is that he walks the journey with us throughout. He doesn't just appear at the point of marriage. He walks it with us, at least in my experience. I'm speaking for myself, please. If this is not your experience, I don't know. But he walks with us throughout. So we can't say manje, okay, siyakubeka le kancane sisajola mase sishadile siyophinde sikuna I got guys. I don't get it, and those are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So it's 12 o'clock, 12:30 Siavala. So we need to be very sparingly with the time. It's gonna be Angie responding to Precious as she has requested to be noted. I'm gonna also give, I believe your name means Stacy. I don't know, but we're gonna give Stacy a chance. She's been in, or he or she's been in the comments for some time. Then it will be Martin. Leroy, can I ask you, or sisters C, whatever. So Leroy, can I ask you to take over? I just need to come back in a bit. Angie, come through, mom.
All right. No, ngilana bafu, ngilana.
Yabo.
Sisikhuluma lapha.
Hi. I just want to respond to what I said regarding we must respect, love, and submit, and ungayithandi indoda more than. Presh Pella, you must remember, the whole point of this conversation we were having is being stuck in toxic relationships. You understand? There's nothing wrong with loving your man as long as naye ikuthande ikwinto wrong. Obviously, you're gonna love him more. You're gonna love him more. Vele mekwenzele izinto eziright. The whole point of me stating it is indoda emikubhedela mfethu iyabheda. You understand? Indoda wrong imibheda mubona ama-red flags when he's not doddering for you anymore. Phuma ncenga inhliziyo yakho ukuthi iphume. You understand? So it's not a matter of ukuthi when suddenly now you love your man more ngathi wrong. No. You understand? I-relationship yakho, i-marriage yakho mayibe 50-50 umzekelo, like iba happy mangabikho zinto ezirong ozigxekayo kuloo ndoda yakho. And so if ikubonisa ukuthi ayikuthandi, if indoda yakho iyachita, like umzekelo, you'll never stay with a man that's cheating on you because, oh my gosh, you love him. Yeah, but I mean, my whole point is asingahlali kwama-toxic relationships because now, oh, I love him, ndiyamthanda. No. You understand? Indoda is a leader, like Dean said. Indoda mayibe leader. Indoda is a protector, is a provider for wena. Wena you respect and you submit to indoda yakho cha kuphela kuze kube smooth relationship. And also ubona futhi ukuthi akasayenzi lonto ukuthi ayilona useyanibhayizela, phuma ntombo. Phuma ku relationship singahlali, because now that's what I meant, sweetheart. I didn't mean now ukuthi nje now fanele wena ngcono musibona perspective. That's it. Ngiyabonga.
Okay, sis Angie. So basically, your choice of words were actually like not so right, but then me, I get you actually. So basically, you are saying let's reciprocate.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand? And singahlali kwi-relationship ngamithi, no, I love Leroy, I've been with him for 5 years.
Yes.
Leroy akasahuli mntakabawo. You understand? So we need to
Mara
love
ke
ourselves
mina
enough
ngiyamthanda.
to be able to puma in those relationships.
All right. I know, sis Angie. Sibonge lapho sis Precious, angisho she answered you then, huh?
I guess I get it now.
She did, thank you.
All right. Sister C, how you, sister? You literally. Oh, okay. She legit just disappeared. All right. Yeah, guys. Guys, me, ne, like mina ngithi. Here's the weekend, guys. Clearly, mjolo like poetic king. Waringesa rotle, who dizzy. Let's go sit down. Kwadin. Let's fix this. Ne? Siphuze kahle sibe mnandi, yabo? Wait. She's on platform Lee. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Let's welcome back Sister C. Hi, Sister C. How are you doing?
I'm good, guys. How are you guys doing?
We are live, thank you, ma'am. So, and what's your input here?
Mina, guys, 2 cent yami is that we are all imperfect beings. sonke sinama-toxic traits wethu as much as ama-partners wethu anama-toxic traits wabo ne mara sibofundisana uya-understand abanye abantu guys taking a climate of the world or our little South Africa here, there are many men who were brought up in houses that don't have male influence. We understand abanye bakhulise bomama batshelwa izinto ezinjanjani ngabobaba babo uyabo. So some of them might have not had good examples of good relationships or sustaining relationships. You know, we have to be honest, we have to be direct about the things that we want. Kunezinye izinto ongeke uzikhiphe emuntwini wakho. We understand, like, example, my husband is not big on washing dishes. I get that. I understand that no matter how many times ngizomtshela ukuthi lezi zitsha zangi-irritator, mara ngiyambona ukuthi akafuni ukhule yena ekhaya kibo kunamantombazana kuphela, so he never had to worry about measly dishes. I understand that, and as much as izonghetha ngiyazama ukumfundisa ukuthi okay, le class lakho eliwani likline or ngincedise. Uya understand, okunye dinga ukuthi sibe nesineke sokufundisa umuntu ngoba okunye akakwazi. Like when you know better, you do better. Some people don't realize their toxic traits. Some don't realize lento yenza iyamhetha. Kuba different makazoyiphinda kayimillion. Uya understand. Try ukufundisana, masibeni nesineke guys, sekeleni ukulahla nje, ukumana ukulahla. Abanye abantu, they just need information and patience. Umuntu sekana 35 khana yofunda ukuthi mara lo mjolo onguyenzayo ngiyenza wrong, bekumele ngabe ngishizo ukuthi angithandi mawugcoke i-makeup or angithandi mawubhizi uprioritize abangani bakho over mina. Like, let's be open and honest in our relationships. Nathi sinezinto zethu ezwrong as much as lo munye umuntu nayo unezinto ezwrong. I've realized kakhulu guys, sengimane ngiyageneralize, asikisi ukugeneralize, but sometimes
Don't worry.
oh sorry, sometimes kunezinto like amadoda, I don't want to say, well, ngizogeneralize askis, but men aren't really as open to talking about the sensitive things, the root of, but why when ungayenzi so na, but why when uyenza so. So kunge just dinga isineke, uyabo, vele umuntu mangafundiseki lahla, mara ungabi too fast to lahla ngoba what if bozomfundisa something ebeyangakayazi. We understand. So that's my 2 cents, guys. Sonke sibantu sinabangani, sinesihlobo zinani nani ebasenza izinto ezinjanjani, but they don't know any better. So let's try teach. If awufundiseki, then it's something different. Yi-2 cent yami leyo, guys.
Let me say like something there actually, ne? More what Sister C actually said. Yes, so now happy. Guys, like, let's remember that there's no like perfect relationship actually, nah. So if you are willing to like work here, me too actually. So now basically let's help each other. Sharp. Yeah, we argue here and there, okay, sharp hair isn't like divides, but if you are willing, like me, I'm willing. If your vibes they're not reciprocated, make a quick decision first. That's best for you. Yeah, okay, cool, you can be in a good relationship, but then there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. That's me right there. Dini room location.
Thank you so much, guys. We thank you for your likes. We can make it a round number before we go. So let's work on that. And I did miss probably the responses that were given, but it's all good. I wanted to maybe speak to the issues of I think it was Precious' second question. I don't know if it was ever answered. But when especially when you're going to be talking about scripture and things like that. Daddy, could you kindly mute on your side? If we're gonna then be talking about scripture, let's also make it a habit to proper study those scriptures. The one about women not being instructed to love, it's not necessarily biblical, because there is a scripture, you can have a look at it if you want, Titus 2:4, that actually says that women must love their husbands. If anything, it says the older women must teach the younger ones to love their husbands and equally respect their husbands. And when we are then addressing the issue of men and what they're instructed to do in terms of love, none of it comes from a point of lack. It is of an instruction for us to pay attention to areas where we might likely be able to miss out in how we go about this thing. In the very same scripture, both men and women must respect each other, must submit to each other for the sake of God or because they love Christ. So the issue of submission is both sides. The issue of loving, equally so, is both sides. You don't necessarily reserve and say you're loving this one too much, you're loving this one too little, or whatever the case that might be. Because if you first say that you believe in God and you're putting God in your love and your marriage, then God himself is love. And if you then limit how far you go in terms of love, then you're going to have an issue. But if we want to talk about restrictions and boundaries and things and how we go about in terms of principles of the relationship, then let's talk about that. Love and respect, granted, they're there. Submission and everything, they're there together. But now when we need to talk about boundaries, we need to know what our roles are. I always speak about this thing in these lives, to say that particularly when we're speaking about marriage, this is also my practice, that it is much better when you look at it from a point of a role that a husband and a wife is playing in an institution of marriage. The husband, the wife, this is a role. It's not who you are. All right? I'm KG, my wife is her name, and we are individual persons, but we are assuming roles that is husband and wife. We discuss and we agree what is perhaps the societal expectations, what is the cultural expectations, what is the religious expectations of these two roles that we speak about. Then we assume, once we have agreed, we assume those roles. No, sir, not assume as in you step into the roles, right? So you take that role as a husband, you take that role as a wife that you have both agreed on. You're very clear on what you ought to be doing as husband and wife in this institution that the two of you have agreed to be part of. Then you live accordingly. So if one is not pulling their socks, we sit down, we talk. You understand? If one is not coming through, we sit down, we talk. We adjust. We deal with this thing and we work together in it to make sure that together we are going forward. Right? So that is my advice, that look at these things and have a relationship. If you're going to believe in God, have a relationship with him and bring him in everything that you ought to do. So that would be my submission to you all, that don't look at these things as separate. Love, respect, and submission is both required of male and female in a marriage. That is standard. So we shouldn't even be arguing. How you demonstrate them is what now me and you negotiate. I will tell you as a husband, Kuti, babes, the love that how I feel loved is when you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not because I'm giving the cheat sheet, but I'm also not trying to have you think and figure things out when it can be straightforward and we move. We have so many years together. Why must we now make it a struggle, guys? We have decided we are doing this thing. We are getting married. We are pushing this thing together. Why are we just, doing? And then when it comes to the issue of now saying that there are things about myself that I don't know, there are things about you as my partner that you don't know, then that's where we involve God. God, in things where he does not know himself, give me wisdom to be able to love him the way he ought to be loved, to satisfy him the way he ought to be satisfied, so that we can move in this light of this family and marriage together. So that will just be my submission. We have a few minutes left. So yeah, we will do that. Daddy, come through, sir.
Good afternoon, good people.
How are you,
I
sir?
hope you're good.
Very well.
Yes, I wanted to give a comment actually. Well, even though there will be a question in between. I wanted to comment on the statement that Sister Angie just opposed to us. I think if only you can understand. There's a difference between umjolo and marriage. So I think people are really mixing the two. If only people can really understand. Yeah, if only people will really understand the meaning of marriage. And when you say you want to get married to somebody, and you really have to understand. Don't just get into something, then you really don't understand what you're getting yourself into. I think that's the comment. That's the only comment I'll really oppose. Just understand what you're really getting yourself into. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And I think understanding what marriage is, the best place to do it is premarital counseling. That gives you the hint of what you're getting yourself into, helps you prepare. So listen, do yourself that favor. If you want to get married, do premarital counseling. Nonhlanhla, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you? Hi, everybody. I have
Very well. Thank you.
good, thanks. Yeah, so I also just, have a comment, from my observations in terms of relationships. Uguti, we once you're in a relationship, something toxic, you always ask yourself, why was it nice, in the beginning, nisajola istrateni and all of those things. And I think the biggest contributor to people missing their roles, or roles are misaligned, or people not even wanting to fulfill the roles, is indaba yemali. Once someone in the relationship starts to get more money than the other, whether it could be male or female or what, so cabanga ukuthi, you can go astray. And I think a behavior as well where we still want to carry the friends that aren't in the same space or goals as they too, and you end up guys, sorry to generalize as well, but you'll have your husband who's here who wants to go echisanyama every weekend, but nishadile nabantwana. Same for the woman who also wants to go wherever. And I just feel like it's an unhealthy thing. But once we remove that element of who gets what and whatever, and just put whatever your responsibilities are on the table, then we won't have any issues. But imali is a big problem. If the woman starts to get more money, the man starts feeding his ego is in janjani sekayapuma sekayafuna that ego outside. Kanti maybe it's also the woman who is making the man feel ngalondlela leyo, and vice versa. And I speak from experience as well. So let's remove the element of money and remain grounded and go to God. Yonke into izolunga. That's my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nonhla. If I may just get into there, I think I saw someone's comment saying I must not only speak to married people. I think it's Rosette. Okay. So with the issue of money, here's my view, and you'll probably find the same if you do premarital counseling or you attend a relationship seminar. By the way, premarital counseling for me should not only be for married people or people who are going to get married. do yourself a favor and go for it with your boyfriend, especially if you are saying you're intending to marry, you know, or you know that you're dating for marriage, then attend it, you know. But still, you'll find this info with money. We have experiences with money. A lot of it could be trauma, yes. And like we speak about any other trauma, we need to handle the traumas that we have experienced through money. We come from poverty as Black people. That has created a lot of trauma, much that you value yourself less because you don't have the money. And society has made it, you know, then don't go for premarital counseling, but rather couple counseling. I hope we are not mixing the two. Thank you, Martini. So, trail of thought gone. So, oh yeah. So you look at the traumas that you have about money. Where has it been, and who do you then want to be in your relationship with money? Who do you want to be? And you need to work on that. You know, if you coming from a point of lack and scarcity, money more than anything will always control you. Unfortunately, that's just how it happens. If you look at money from a point of lack and scarcity, it will most likely control you. Money is a tool, and unfortunately, we only come to know money as a tool when we begin to have time with it, play around with it, possibly have made a few mistakes. Then you begin to see money as a tool. But from the get-go, begin to see money as a tool. You go to work, you get paid. Not so that you can pay your bills, not so that you can buy a car, not so that you can whatever that you're supposed to. No, you get money so that you can use it as a tool to either better your life, to do the things that bring you happiness and joy, to live a wholesome life and have access to a number of things that you might not have had access to. But it is very important that then you know what your fears and your traumas are, all the negative things that you have about money that could be a danger to the future self you want to be, who's more comfortable with money. And yes, we struggle with this and learn the hard way. That's why we have shows like, what's that one where people win lotto and just chow it? I blew it or something like that, right? We unfortunately end up learning in that particular manner because we don't take the time to address these challenges that we might have with money, this relationship that we need to have with money. You know, have that relationship. In as much as you're going for your therapy with whatnot, see a counselor, see people who are financial planners so that they can teach you a little bit about money. Teach yourself. We have people like Abu Nicolette, Mashile, who are doing all of these things about money. Learn a couple of things about money and how you can view and change your view about money so that it can begin to act better in your life. For me, when you have these traumas, Nontlantla, you begin to then value yourself as a man to say, I'm only a man when I provide financially. Yet Dean was talking about you need to provide in all fronts. Provide security, provide love, provide stability, provide all these other areas that even if money is not there, this your person can never go and get these things anywhere where money is because you can't buy those things. So we need to be very comfortable. For me, I had to have that challenge myself where I was like, okay, I'm not money. You know, I need to then start seeing myself and say, Kuti, this is a period where I'm testing my a view of money, who I am and my character in relation to money when I don't have it. You know, so am I looking at myself any less because I don't have the money? Am I looking at myself any less because I'm not getting the money that I want to get? As a man, do I feel like I'm less than in my own household because I'm not bringing in income? You know, so you need to then have those challenges and questions with yourself to be like, who am I outside of money? If I can't tell myself who I am outside of money, forget it.
I think maybe the person that I was married to, so we used to do this thing where we will both go in, like maybe go for a tender, right? If we'll see who gets the tender between the two of us, even though we were married. So the agreement was, okay, fine, whoever gets it, this is what we want to do ABC. So I got it first, and then yenza whatever it is that I needed to do from my side. And I don't think I specifically I don't come from a home that defines you if you have money or not. It's, yeah, this is Unonhlanhla, and whether she has the money or not, this is who she is. And then I think Yena, he might have come from a background where he was the older brother and whatever. So whenever he got the tender, ayibuza jika izinto. Kwashintsha nje yonke the goal that we had and the responsibilities that we had to do. All of a sudden, it's his tender, and we were never just like that. So I get you when you say, you know, the trauma, which in his particular space, that's what he comes from. And when that money comes, it must work and serve him and maybe even give him joy. I don't know. But yeah, thank you. Yabo.
Okay, it's a pleasure. So, guys, when you are dating, for me, I say dating is a time to ask questions. Before you get involved in the sexuals and whatnot, guys, we have done it and it doesn't help. Why do we keep on doing the same thing over and over again? Begin to ask questions. If you know you're dating so that you can get married, begin to ask questions. Ask relevant questions. What is your relationship, Ngemali? What is your relationship with love? What is your relationship with family? What is your relationship with your mother and your father? You know, what are the things that define who you are? If a person cannot answer those questions, the least that they can do is, you know, let me think about it and I'll come back to you. But even if that relationship does not work, you have given this person something that they must go work on, because in jail, you know, they've come to learn, but no, I actually don't know myself as much as I thought. So you begin to ask questions and get to know what it is that you're getting into. The sexuals can always be done later, guys. Can always be done later. Homosexuals can be taught. Homosexuals can listen. Once you have had a proper connection with this person over and over, other things that are very important, you then begin to deal with a situation of kuti. Okay, cool. Let's now discuss the homosexuals. Okay. How do you like being satisfied and things like that, and whatever the case may be, making sure that we're compatible in things like that, and you work at those things. As much as you work at providing financially, as much as you work at making sure that you guys get along, you work at making sure that the bedroom is proper. You make sure you don't, I always say this, you don't finish until the other one is satisfied. You are not done. Make sure everyone is satisfied when you leave. Communicate what satisfies you. And know, explore within yourselves and each other, outside. You understand? So that is that, guys. Let's please date, get to know the person, ask the right questions. If you can see that this is not working in terms of your questions, okay, you move. Because this person clearly has shown it's not for you. Unless you're saying, okay, I want to stick around and see, Kuti, are they gonna, you know, sort themselves out or whatnot. But if you know that the depth of how much you had to work to answer those questions for yourself, then you don't expect someone to know the answer within a week. No ways. So if they can't answer certain questions, no, it will take time. So don't get involved. Chill there, be by yourself, do what you gotta do. There are people who have done the work for themselves that you can meet, who will say, yeah, I know, let's go, we can do this thing. So make sure that you know what your relationship of money is. It plays a very big role in the relationship. Make sure that you know who is this person, all these traumas and all of these things that they have dealt with, that now you know you might have dealt with, and have a teachable spirit, have a learning spirit. Because you might be taught a thing or two that you never knew. You get what I mean? So let's do this thing, guys, and we can do better. Honestly, we can do better. Invest in yourself. And as much as you invest in your financial well-being, invest in who you are going to be in relationships, particularly because by your actions, you are telling us that you want to get married, you feel like you need to have someone, you want to have a partner. Your actions are telling us that, but you're not investing in yourself, in how to properly love someone, in how to conduct yourself in a relationship, where we know that you don't have to be hiding phones, you don't have to be doing things that make other persons uncomfortable. It's not that you're being stupid when you tell someone that, listen, I am home, or I'm out, I'm here. When you're being accountable, you are being accountable to the person you say you are loving and you're going to be there with. So can we just do ourselves that favor and stop singakhohlisani nje? So can we make it 100K, guys? We are already on 90. I will give a few minutes to wrap up. Rosetta, Precious, and Leroy. Let's start with Rosetta. Let's wrap it up. What have you learned? What you're gonna do better in your life? Maybe we need to have that discussion on what day is it today? It's Tuesday. Was it Thursday? It's Thursday today. We'll have that conversation maybe when I host on Tuesday, to be like, maybe what are we doing better this year for ourselves in the areas where we feel they are important to us. If marriage is important to you, be honest with yourself. It's important. So what are you going to do to make sure that you become a better person? You put yourself in spaces where other people who want to be better are going. If you meet someone at a couples seminar, guys, you're meeting someone who is also working on themselves. Chances are you're of the same mind. So you can't know that if you meet this person, I don't want to say where, but at a place where they are not showing that they are working on themselves. You understand? So maybe that's a place where you can meet people there, you know? So if you say, Auntie Z, that when you want a life partner and not marriage, please go look where people want life partners and take the responsibility that comes with having a life partner and not having a marriage. You're making your choices. Because I have an issue where people want to create something that is not the institution of marriage as we know it and package it in this way, but they want the benefits of marriage. Be honest with yourself. If you're going to make up your own tuck shop, have rules and take responsibilities of that tuck shop. Sometimes you're doing something new that has never been done. Great, you're pioneering things. But take responsibility that comes with that. Don't now when it fails, then now you want to blame certain things. So that's just me. Rosetta, come through, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to say, for me, I learned a lot in the sense I would say some of my questions were answered, especially the fact that I had this feeling that I feel like the nowadays people they don't focus more often when it comes to dating. That's why most of the times, the ones which are dating, we feel like it's something that is not right. So yeah, I'm happy that it was highlighted, and I so wish if we can have more information in dating, because truly speaking, if you look at the way we are typing the single ones, it shows we don't know what we're doing. We are just doing it just because. And you can find out some of us, the ones which are in relationships, we are dating, thinking we are dating, but we are married. In the sense that we are taking advices for married people and putting in our relationships. So like if we can have more of this information so that we know what we are doing when we're saying we are dating, because there's this verse in the Bible that says enjoy your youth, and I'm like, how can I enjoy it in a world like this? So I feel like we need information. Yes, I can have my Bible, but we also need people like you that have information. Like, I don't know if you can create a live, I feel like everyone will come. Lama seminar kuni imafuna ngamatholi mina lawa ngikhuluma na angibaboni mina. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosetta. Is it? Yeah, Uzengain okay, Rosetta, but I heard you. I heard you. Presh?
Thank you for the live. It was fun as always. My last words is that there are good men out there. So believe it for yourself and you will experience it. And make sure that you are the person that you're looking for is looking for. That's the best way to win in relationships. If you want a prayer warrior, my sister, make sure you can wake up at 3 and speak in tongues for 1 hour. Because men of God like men of. If you want a praying man, you need to be a praying woman. You can't look for that which you're not. So make sure that you are the person that you're looking for is also looking for. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Precious. Thank you so much. Leroy, come through.
Why does it seem like you like it's again? You actually
I was contemplating coming before you, so that you can wrap it up. But then
nah
I
nah
was
nah
like,
nah.
yeah, let me give
I
you the
don't
opportunity.
I don't know, and like let me just make it quick, fast and easy, guys. Allow yourself to heal. Actually, like, but again, like that can be for a month or like a year, but then like just make sure that you are fully nah, like before you go out there again, you know, as in like learn to be more comfortable, as in like with who you are. Lay your things working, your character, your preferences, how you speak to people, like how you interact with people, like how you treat yourself actually, you know, like because like one of the reasons why we actually like started like this actually was to help like people who are in these like situations that we are in like now, you see. So yeah, fair, you know, and then like go botlhoko, go thata, go etsang, mare you have to, because now remember this actually, think of a cake actually, for it, as in like gore nne yalo, gore nne monate le soft yalo, that has to be burnt, man. So Angelo, and I just actually, you know, I'd say like be there alone, yeah, and I know like be lonely, be scared, have like as in like those anxiety attacks, like like those depressions, until you are 100%. Then sizobanyisa fuck up, my bra. Bona re ya go di ninja bona weekend te gone go nyeo. Anyway, lighter note, ne? For people who are more Pitori actually, Saturday I will be playing Anchor Manlin actually. So nje, like please come through and let's drink. Yay.
There we go. There we go. Those who want to join Leroy, meet Leroy. There we go. Do you see how Mr. Sekgothudi is showing his ring? When I get married, I will be. Guysini, kumnandi wemshadweni.
Lela, marriage life is the life, boy. Look at you.
Get married, guys.
I
Get
just want to
married.
say, as soon as I say I do, you will never hear the end of it. Like, man, you're gonna realize, my name is Precious and I'm married. Like, I can pin the movie, anything else. Anyway, thanks, guys. See you.
Much appreciated. Please do it, Precious. It's very important. It's very important. I will say this, guys. Let's yeah. Remete 3K, ne? We can get to 3K, 100K. I just want to say, guys, I appreciate you guys. I think this is the first time in this Makoya run that we are reaching 100K, and it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Share with the people who can benefit from this. Don't be the only one who who just benefit from this. So yes, guys, you know what? I will say this: marriage is beautiful, is great. Most of the things that we do, particularly in the dating scene currently, uh, we we do things particularly without thinking, and because we are so used to it must happen like this, and it's very dangerous for us. Please be an outlier if you have to be an outlier. Don't go to places you don't want to be going to, when you are a married person. Do it now. If there are certain things you feel like your man shouldn't be doing, when you're get your head straight. Make sure that you are this person. You act accordingly to be this person that you want to be, and it will really make life better for you, particularly in marriage, because a lot of things that I did in my time of dating have an impact in my life now as a married man, whether negative or positive. They have an impact. So it's very important that you take heed. You may not, if you don't understand, ask, genuinely ask. So yeah. I wish to hear Mrs. KG in the background on how to be a Christian girlfriend one day. Can you hear her laugh? She's laughing at you. Because she's the person who doesn't want to be. Guys, send your petitions and sign these things, and yeah, maybe she might come through for you guys. I don't know. I don't want to make any commitment. So yeah, guys, we have reached 100K. Thank you so much. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for always coming in. Those who joined us for the first time today, Monday to Friday, 20 past 10, we are here. We talk about things that matter to us. We learn, we grow, and thank you so much, Precious, for your finger tapping, even though it's tired now. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it. Come through, Leroy.
That sounds so wrong, Maji.
If you want to keep your head in the gutter, say, keep it there. I'm fine, man.
Well, first now, leader, come on.
Oh,
Man.
I'm fucking God. Was she using her elbow to tap? I'm fine.
I don't know, bro, but then come
I'm
on.
fine.
Like.
Anyway, did you get a location for from Udin?
I'm gonna dini mana wa koma ka nthuzi na ha me brais and like we tiki like negre rotle ria da mer no wa koma. Like I feel and like maybe okay like maybe kusasa uzoza hayi. Asas.
Thank you for the confirmation, Precious. She has confirmed indeed what she needed to confirm. So, guys, thank you so much. If you want to remain anonymous, send a DM. We will have a look at it, and we will definitely bring your story in or assist you or whatever. You have some 100 and something awesome people who are always willing to assist. Those who joined the panel for the first time, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for trusting us to come onto the panel and for being cordial. We don't fight, we engage nicely, and let's do this again, guys. I will probably see you guys next week. So enjoy your weekend. Must be right, guys. Must be right. Dango?